pretty good. Well, 7:30 in the morning, I'm eating a pizza roll from a gas station for breakfast. I'm a grown man, don't judge. I can have a pizza roll anytime I want to. But we're on our way over to Tarboro, which is, I don't know, 30 minutes from here, give or take. And we're gonna start spraying. I gotta mow and spray fungicides on the fescue at this one yard. I'm gonna show you my fungicide program. I'm stoked about it. Made a couple of adjustments this year, but I'm gonna eat and drive over there, and I'll see you over there. It's May 19th. Usually by May 15th, I want all these first rounds of fungicides in, but this one's a little out of my way. So I was gonna do it last weekend, but I usually do this place on Sundays. And Sunday was Mother's Day and my wife's birthday and everything else. So I hung out with her and the kids. Anyway, what we want to do is mix our Group 3 and Group 11 fungicides, Simple Force. Group 3 and Group 11 fungicides. This is the 11. That's azoxystrobin. This is a 22.9% azoxystrobin. This is our 3. That's propiconazole. This is a 41.8% propiconazole. If you have the 14 point whatever percent propiconazole, don't worry about that. What you want to do is just take half of the high rate, which would be the low rate, and use that. So what we're doing is we're going to put half of the high rate of both of these in, the azoxystrobin and the propiconazole. I'm going to run this, very average, you know, humic acid with it. It's only got, the Waters lab results says that this Black Max 22 is 18% humic acid and 9% fulvic acid. So that's just, you know, that's nothing. Find another one with that in it. But what I'm looking at here is the fulvic acid in this. Fulvic acid is very small, and it will penetrate leaf tissue. This is going to get my fungicide right in the plant, so that's a good deal. And I love to run a potassium with my fungicide apps. Sometimes I'll do a micro. I might even put a micro in this one too, because they're having, at the end of the month, they're having a state garden symposium here, and I want to make this turf pop. We're going to do something else to the carpet grass up front too. We'll talk about that later. We're talking about fungicides right now. I got to stay focused. But this is Catalyst. It's a, I think it's a 0025, something. Yeah, 0025, and it's got a carboxylated potassium source in it and a little bit of organic acids in it. But they tell me that this is a great way to get your potassium in. Potassium is related to the water uptake system of the plants. I've also been told that the potassium uptake is dictated by the nitrogen uptake. So I might not be doing any good, but I've seen, because we're not using a ton of nitrogen right now, because I haven't put any on it in a while, but I feel like I've gotten good results from trying to add a potassium in with this fungicide app in the past. It's just what I like to do. But the Black Max and the Catalyst, you may be able to get these at nutrient stores. I don't know what the Catalyst cost, and they didn't give me a price on it. This is $22 a gallon, but I mean, it's got a lot in it, so you could go with a lower rate. But I'm gonna use a gallon of this, and I gotta read this to remember what I want. I think I want 16 ounces, 32 ounces, something like that. Anyway, and I'm gonna use, forgive me for my label being so gunked on this. This is Promote. This is from my heron. This is a fungicide specific surfactant. Yeah, a little bit goes a long way on this one. The instructions are clearly worn off, but I usually go about 4 ounces an acre with that. I think actually they want you to do it by gallon as far as the rate of it. Anyway, but what I've seen by mixing these is you're going at your disease from 2 different modes with the group 3 and the group 11, the azoxystrobin and the propiconazole. And so you're being much more effective to fight and prevent the disease. Also, with the 2 mixed together, you're cutting down your chances on resistance. Actually, you cut it down to about nil. But what we used to do is rotate a full rate of each one every month. So 1 month you spray propiconazole, 1 month you spray azoxystrobin. My problem with spraying a full rate of propiconazole is it is hard on your grass. Propiconazole beats your grass up bad. But mixing them like this at that half rate and then adding these organic acids in there with it, it really cuts down on that. Actually, the grass looks better days after you spray it with the fungicide than it did before. So that's a good deal. Anyway, I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna turn you off for a minute, pour some cups and mix them up. We're going out with the permagreen at ultra low volume, and I've already done a bunch of them, and I don't have any real signs of fungus yet. This one has some little brown circles in it. On first thought, you would think it was maybe brown patch trying to get in it, but what it is it had some Poa trivialis in it, and that trivialis is finally burning out, and it's man, I gotta figure out something to do about that. That's a tough nut to crack right there, the Poa trivialis. Anyway, we're gonna go out with a fungicide here, and that's just my overview on my fungicide program. So I'm gonna go 32 ounces. 32 ounces of full rate. So you want 16 ounces of the 41% propiconazole, 16 ounces of the azoxystrobin, gallon of humic acid. We're gonna just say 16 ounces of catalyst. I mean, you don't have to add things like this in. That's just something I like to do. You could put micros. I got several different kinds of micros. I got some Actigrow micros, and I got some Maharan micros called Micro Amp. I think I'm gonna put that in there today too, just to make this pop on off. But Green County offers a liquid micro green, something like that. 002, I can't remember. But anyway, any of that stuff would be great to run alongside your fungicide. I do like RGS, but not for fungicide. I tried that a few times, and I don't think Green County really recommends that either, but it makes it grow all, and I don't know, it just doesn't work right with fungicide for me anyway. That's my experience with it. But I love to run the humic acid with it. Another opportunity to get some good humic acid on the plant, and then the fulvic in it is going to help get that fungicide right inside the leaf tissue. So, all right, we'll mix them up. All right, we're gonna get 2 full beakers of humic acid. The Black Max 22. Just got some in my mouth. Put that in the permagreen. I already did one before I turned y'all on. And catalyst, to make sure. Do 32 ounces of catalyst. After consulting the label. With the permagreen, I like to put about half on one side and half on the other side. Oh my God. Isostrobe cup is a little dirty. Excuse that. Look how I got that on the... This isostrobe is real milky looking. Of that in the perma green, a little bit on each side, about 8 on each side. I think I got an open jug of this somewhere. Stand by, I don't want to open a new one yet. Alright, I have returned. I know it says Agristar, but don't be alarmed because right under it, it says broad spectrum fungicide for control of plant, turf, and ornamental diseases. In case anybody's watching this, the insect police or something, the fungus police. Might be 16 ounces in it. There he is. And this is kind of oily looking. Half on one side, half on one side. Just enough left in that jug to get this one in. Don't have to open the other. Promote, we're going to 4 ounces of promote. Promote is almost like gelatin, it's thick. It smells like hell. I don't know what it really smells like. Okay, this is exciting for you, I'm sure. I got that in there. I'd already put about half the water in there. I got this sitting on my box where I'm going to get my micro amp out, so I'm going to move you and turn you off for a minute. Okay, we have returned. There's micro amp. It's got boron, cobalt, copper, iron, manganese, and water soluble manganese, molybdenum, and zinc and iron. I think there's a little more in this stuff than they let on to. It's a little pricey too, but this is I can't remember, I think this thing's about $100, but it doesn't take much. I hadn't used it in a while. I remember, I think it's 16 ounces to the acre. Yep. Run 16 ounces of this in there. I'm just doing this because they're having this thing here, and usually I'll split this up and I'll put the potassium in one app and then maybe run a micronutrient in the other app, because you're going to do these about every 30 days. 28 days is actually recommended. Stuff's purple, that's why. All right. So, we'll cap this off with water, get the spray, and maybe I'll set you up for some sweet action shots. Alright, the fungicide app is in. The old perma-green did it to it. I'm going to turn my attention now out to this carpet grass out here. Gurk. I think, yeah. I like it. Put the DX8 on it 2 weeks ago, and it's jumped out and it's growing now. And it's getting a little washing out. It's getting a little color and it's filling in. I'm going to mow it and run some humic acid and probably catalyst and microamp on it. Like I said, I just want to get this stuff popping before the garden symposium at the end of the month, whatever that is. Sound like a bunch of wine drinkers to me. I don't know. Might be cool. I don't know if I'm invited or not. But anyway, I'm gonna mow this
enjoy my smoke, and then we'll spray it. We'll talk about that. I might take you mowing too. There's our, been out here so long I can't even talk anymore. There's our carpet grass. Got everything done here, and the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run over it with a permagreen. I've got a gallon of humic acid in there, 16 of something called elixir. It's a seaweed, cold water kelp, micro complete, and the catalyst potassium. So it ought to turn green after that, but it's already looking a lot better after the DX8 application I put on last week. I'll get this done and then kind of wrap up with a little fungicide summary talk. Okay, this stuff out here was looking better than I thought. Got it sprayed. It's hard to tell where you're going out here because you don't leave much of a track because the grass is kind of short, and you can see one way because the light's shining on it, right? You can't see the other way. Not y'all's problem, but if I miss something, it's gonna probably be streaks in it where they're still making it good, and then the stuff didn't get on it, doesn't make it good. But hopefully this will be super duper for the garden symposium. That'd be pretty sweet. I hope it is. What's I talking about? Oh, the fungicide deal. I like adding the extra stuff in the fungicides, the humic and the micros and the potassium and stuff like that. It just seems like if you're going to be spraying, you might as well put something in there that's going to boost your plant up too, along with the fungicide. I do feel like that you've actually improved the grass after you spray it with something like that instead of just spraying it with a straight fungicide, especially propiconazole, which reminds me, propiconazole has like a temperature restriction of like 80, 85, something like that. It's just short of 240 here right now. So before I leave, I'm going to run the water on the fescue areas to water in that fungicide. It was cooler. Well, it wasn't cool, but it was below 80 or 85 when I sprayed it this morning. But anyway, I also got a little snippet of a place I was at yesterday that I'd sprayed with fungicide earlier in the week, and I just want to kind of show you what it looks like today. So I'll just put that on the end. I guess I covered it all. I've done these fungicide videos every year, but just trying to share, man. I like mixing making what we call the Matt Martin recipe, the homemade headway, the low rate of azoxystrobin and the low rate of propiconazole. That's a win-win, can't miss. I'm pooped. I got one more yard to go mow before I go home, so I'm gonna do that and write this guy a bill. Might have to edit that part out, but anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. And I'll put the little clip of the yard I was at yesterday. Let's see what this carpet grass is like. Is it showing up? It's already looking greener. It's a damn good concoction you made up right there, buddy. Anyway, I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks a lot. Had fungus this Saturday now. This yard here had fungicides put on it Tuesday. And it looks great right now. And generally, when we did the split naps, putting the propiconazole at a full rate on one app and the azoxystrobin another app, and not running the humic acid and stuff like that, that propiconazole application would beat the crap out of the yard. It would look bad for a couple of weeks thereafter till it bounced back. But that's one reason I really like running the half rates of both mixed, and using the humic acid and the the other additives that I put in it, because it actually pumps up the grass versus beating it down.